Arkansas season preview. Arkansas won yesterday. Alabama A&M 52-7. Here's the preview. Arkansas enters its Sam Pittman's needing a turnaround. Back-to-back disappointing years in the SEC. The offense relies on quarterback transfer Bo Etzman and to provide a running back with Isaiah Augerson expected to carry the ground game. The receiving core is unimproved. The defense of coordinator Williams' talent, especially led by Jordan, but replacing edge. Presence of London Jackson and departures of key concerns. The schedule is one of the toughest SEC schedules as Texas, Ole Miss, LSU, Tennessee, Auburn, plus road trips to Oklahoma, Missouri. A tricky non-conference slate includes Arkansas State, adds more pressure with the quarterback brutal schedule. Razorback ceiling looks limited, but reaching a bowl would mark progress and ease pressure. Projected record 5-7, 6-6. The Arkansas schedule looks like this. They will play versus Arkansas State 4 p.m. September 6th this weekend. September 13th versus Ole Miss number 21 TBD. Versus Saturday September 20th at Memphis TBD. Saturday, September 27th versus number 6 Notre Dame, 11 a.m. Saturday, October 11th at Tennessee, TBD. Saturday, October 18th versus number 19 Texas A&M, TBD. Saturday, October 25th, Auburn, TBD versus. Saturday, November 1st versus Mississippi State, TBD. Saturday, November 15th at LSU, TBD. Saturday, November 22nd at Texas, TBD. And Saturday, November 29th versus Missouri, TBD. And that's Arkansas football. Momentum, the 2025 season preview, bowl season, a historic upset coming off a 7-6 season capped by their first winning record and a stunning win over number 1 Alabama was a massive upset. It carried that to a confidence builder in the Birmingham first victory over Georgia Tech. Building not peaking SEC media days. Coach Clark emphasized last year success just beginning with returning defensive stars led by offensive coordinator Tim Beck and Paiva's return expectations. Key storylines: Diego Pilva's leadership to a dynamic quarterback, the controversial 6th year of eligibility. He threw 2,293 yards with rushing for 800 and total of 28 touchdowns. His leadership electrifying the style of the Central team's ceiling this season. Offensive identity: Eli Strauss is opting to the NFL, remains offensive line via transfers. Screening football last season excellent for few turnovers, takeaways, and many points. Turnovers building virtual defense. Schedule outlooks: wins opening game versus Vanderbilt, kicks off against Charleston Southern. Expected to dominate. They won 45-3, which they did dominate. Build momentum. Early non-conference includes road trips at Virginia and South Carolina. Tough SEC schedule highlights rematches to Alabama, Texas, plus tough ones against home against Alabama, LSU, and Missouri. Win a projected 5 or 6, likely to Charles, Southern, Georgia State, Utah State, toss-ups, Auburn, Kentucky, Missouri, at South Carolina, at Virginia Tech. Expected to lose at Alabama, LSU, at Tennessee, at Texas. Final projected wins 5.5. SEC, the Commodores will print to finish 13th in contenders, though 2 wins. The first place votes highlight least few experts surprise again. Conference contest. SEC Power rankings, Vanderbilt enters the season as a low-tier SEC aims schedule change processes. The league teams like Texas, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida dominate, while Vanderbilt must prove they are not like mere underdogs. Bottom line, Vanderbilt enters the 2025 season with energy and optimism and chips on their shoulder, returning key players, coaching, and contributing in last season's high gives them a real shot at a secondary straight bowl appearance. Their schedule tempts with opportunity, but much will depend on consistency and depth in merging tough SEC schedules. If Pavia stays healthy and right defense tightens up in a secondary season in a row with SEC, with a second winning season in a row with. And that's Vanderbilt's season preview, and their schedule looks like this. Vanderbilt's season preview looks versus Charleston State, 45-3. A host at Virginia Tech, 6:30 p.m. 9/6, September 6th. At South Carolina, TBD. Versus Georgia State, 6:30, September 20th. Versus Utah State, 9/27, 11:45, SEC Network. At Alabama, TBD. Versus LSU number 9, TBD. Versus Missouri, TBD. At Texas, number 1, who lost it to versus Auburn, TBD. Versus Kentucky, TBD. And at Tennessee, TBD. And Texas lost to Ohio State. Expect that to bring that down. That game kicks at 11 a.m. on November 1st. That's on Vanderbilt football. The Royals, after losing 2 of 3 to the Tigers, will take on the Angels. The Angels are 64-73. The Royals are 70-67. Michael Lorenzo will go for the Royals, and TBD for the Angels. Royals call up Carter Jensen, and Jack Caglione returns to the Royals, back in his outfielder spot. Also, Linder Alvea, recalled from the Omaha AAA team as well. Again, the Royals will play the Angels tonight at 6:40. The Cardinals lose to the A's 11-3. The Cardinals will play the Athletics again tonight. Luis Severino will go for the A's. He struggled this season with a 4.82 ERA. Miles Molaskas will go for the Cardinals. He's even struggled more with a 5.04 ERA. Game time, 6:45. The Cubs went over the Braves last night 7-6. And the Cubs walk off with Carson Kelly walks off to win. And tonight for baseball, Cubs will have Joey Wentz on the mound. And for the Braves, the Cubs will have Shoti Imanga will go for the Cubs. He's had a good year with a 3.08 ERA. Wentz is north towards 5. That's baseball. Cubs and Braves tonight at 6:40. Is Sam Vaughan Sports. So who are you picking in the Ohio State-Texas game? I guess to get back to that.
I would have to say Ohio State because just because I think what their game plan will be is like they're gonna try to blitz Arch Manning. Texas's offensive line it's a little weaker compared to where they were last year. Last year they had a really good offensive line, but they ended up losing a few of those players to the NFL draft. So I think with the new quarterback being in for Texas, I think Ohio State's game plan on defense is they're going to try to like blitz him to make Arch Manning uncomfortable. But I mean, I think Texas, it could still be a game because I think Texas on the other side also has a really great defense. But I see Ohio State pulling it out.